everybody. Here is another wonderful update video. Um, so the somewhat long-running series of the modded server, the private modded server, has now died, unfortunately. What exactly happened was kind of crazy, and it kind of ticked me off. So, what exactly happened was the factory I work at, the plant manager, was playing around with one of the blowers at work or some shit. I don't know. But whatever he did caused the transformer on the power line outside to literally explode. It was crazy shit. Was actually outside to see it. And that basically put the entire area around the factory, like probably the whole town, probably, I don't know, lost power for like anywhere between 5 seconds to like a minute. I don't know. But unfortunately, this included my house. And where the server is located is my house. So, yeah, with the power gone out, the server obviously got turned off. And the level.dat got corrupted. Now, normally it would be okay to grab the old level dat and reuse it, the backup dat, but that didn't work either. Did not like that because the server would try to create a backup and it wouldn't make a backup. It would just loop until you canceled it, which was really irritating. So that didn't happen. So I tried using one of my old backups. The last server backup I personally made was about the middle of December. Was basically the last time I did a manual server update on our private server, because it's just us. We know we're not going to do anything crazy to permanently kill the server. So, only do really manual updates when I do big updates to our mod pack. So, yeah. Use that level dat. Okay, fine. Get past the old stuff that had to load through because it thought that we was still running some mods that we gotten rid of back before the December save. Um, okay, fine. Only for it to all load. It'll be up for like maybe 10-15 seconds, and then ticking entity errors out the ass. And no matter how I tried to get rid of them, it just wasn't fucking happening, so I gave up on it. Because for the past month or so, um, me and our group have talked about doing a public server. Now, this actually requires making the pack public also. Which, with the amount of work I've put into this mod pack, I feel that personally it's a lot more complete than when I first started it fucking over 2 years ago. I've done a lot of tweaking, I've done a lot of customizing, a lot of additions, uh, just a lot of crap. Like right now, I am currently working on adding oral processing support for literally every processing machine in not Minecraft, but within our mod collection. Applied Energistics, Grindstone, Factorizations, Lacerator, Crafts, Rock Crusher, Mechanisms, whole line of processing, which is going to be a bitch to do. I need to still sort out the ores for that, get that all scripted out. Pulverizer and Mace Raider recipes are generally supported because those are the machines that we use mainly. But if we're making a public server, I want to be able to have anybody use whatever machine they want or need, and it doesn't matter if, like, if you have a fucking nether copper ore, it could be used in like any fucking machine you have. It doesn't have to be only a macerator or a pulverizer, whatever the default machine is for nether copper, for example. So that is the current tiny little project I'm almost done with, actually. I just need to finish the rock crusher. Got that much more ore besides what's in my hands here. And the mechanism processing is going to be a bitch. I expect that to take my entire weekend, probably, if I even get it done this weekend. That's the plan, to get it done this weekend. Because I am recording this on a Friday. So, last night I completely finished up the grindstone and the lacerator recipes, or lacerator, however you want to say that, I don't know. But I finished those last night. Those were actually a breeze. The rock crusher, little more to it, because there's a little more output to it. Um, yeah, I'm not going to put one that together. Um, but it's kind of like the pulverizer has possible other outputs, or even Ender.io's SAG mill has other possible inputs based on percentages, which is kind of nice. It gives a little bit more customizability for other outputs. Like these nether ores, I am adding, besides their counterpart regular output, I am adding nether powdered dust from vectorization, and I'm also adding sulfur as possible outputs. Not 100%, but low percentage. So it's a possibility you'll get it. But that's the current project. That's basically the biggest thing to do for the next upcoming update. And then we're going to start working on putting together the public server. Now, the public server, um, we haven't had a whole lot, we haven't talked a whole lot about what kind of, how we're going to do it. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a spawn area, but otherwise it's pretty much just going to be whatever goes sort of thing. There's not going to be designated areas for fucking mini games or other dumbass shit. We're probably just going to have spawn, and then it's going to be just fucking straight up survival. Um, that's probably how it's going to go. And it'll be interesting to see how everything goes, especially with all these random additions, all these decorative blocks I'm adding, especially this decorative mod that I found not too long ago that I've added, Architecture Craft, which with some of the custom blocks I've added looks amazing. Like these pillars and shit. I actually are using the texture from my liquid containers, which I came up with like my last mod pack. I ported them over for this mod pack. It's basically liquids in a block form. Um, Basically, you take a bucket and you surround it with glass, and it's just pure decorative. It's nice. It looks nice. It could be used with micro blocks. It could be used with carpenter blocks and any other kind of decorative thing. It's very nice and it's very versatile. And you can even get your bucket back from it if you want to. I'm not sure if I have all the buckets done. I think there's 4 right here that are not done. But there might be some more that I haven't looked at in a while because I haven't touched this in forever. So with recent updates or new mods, there might be new buckets that can be put in a block form like this. That would just be a quick, easy to do. And with this public server, I will have no problem accepting recipe suggestions or recipe changes, maybe, if it's within reason, of course. Um, there's also, I'm purely against mod suggestions just because new mods are in a heavily tweaked pack are very difficult to balance sometimes. Like the architecture craft I was just talking about over here. Oh Jesus, talking about over here. I mean, there's not really much to balance in terms of anything because it's its decor. But the only problem I see with this is the fact that you can turn stuff into whatever you want. Um, let's just grab molten silver here, container. Now you could turn it into this, but the only problem is you can pick it back up and whatnot, but it stays in this form. You cannot get the original block back. That's the only problem with this mod setup. And these are sometimes a little wonky to get set up right. Here we go. But once they're in, and you actually, they look very nice. They really do. See, very nice. But there is no like return on these at all besides decor. So if you decide you want to get rid of them, there's literally nothing else you can do besides like toss them or throw them in the fucking recycler to get scrap or something. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of get your block back from this. It's basically just throw it away, which is disappointing, and I don't think I could do anything to change that. But it's no big deal. So, mod additions, I they're nice to hear, but I don't want to hear them to be honest. Um, but in the future, the short time future, soon future, whatever, I will be putting out another video, probably showing off Spawn and our public server. Um, I will be willingly giving out the IP to people who ever want it, and hopefully we'll have a good time. Hopefully nothing crazy happens, like somebody tries to nuke Spawn. I'm gonna try my hardest to get something to avoid that sort of thing, because yeah, I don't know. I got a couple things in plans to hopefully prevent Spawn from being destroyed, or the area surrounding Spawn. I mean, besides saying it's a rule, don't fuck with Spawn, don't fuck with the area around Spawn, go fuck off elsewhere in the world, do what the hell you want. I got no problem with that. Like, if you want to nuke a goddamn village, like 1,000, 10,000 blocks away, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. If that's your prerogative, go fucking do it. If that's your goal, I'm not gonna stop you. But if you're gonna fuck up Spawn and possibly just hinder other people's experience on the server, that's gonna suck ass for everybody on the server, and you'll be labeled as a dick basically. Um, I don't think we're gonna have very strict rules except for the whole Spawn thing, the Spawn building. Uh, yeah, we'll be pretty okay with griefing as long as you're not a complete asshole about it. Because this is like I personally want it to be a factions, but there's no kind of forge mod for factions. I've looked, I have searched, I have found jack shit. The closest thing I found is nothing like it. Ugh. And the fact that you gotta pay upkeep for it too is just sucks. So yeah, very soon I will have info for the public server, and I will probably also be streaming about it quite a bit. That's the plan anyway. And I'll be posting streams here. Whether we'll actually be doing commentary during streams and during videos for the server is up for debate yet, because children, unpredictable children, dear Lord. The crazy shit they say when you're trying to record videos. Thankfully, I'm home alone right now, so we're okay. But, yeah. Hopefully, after I finish this update of doing these scripting recipes, the update will be up and we'll start working on a server, and then we'll have information for you guys, whoever the hell's watching, and whoever wants to play our server will get to know it and get to see it and get to finally experience our packs. I know there's a couple people that have probably wanted to know what our pack is about and actually play our pack. Because I've heard at least one or two people heard our mod list, like what mods we're running, and they go, "Psh, that sounds easy." Well, it could be. It might be easy. Depends on how you look at it. For as much as I've tweaked things, things might not be so easy. Things might be a little bit more complicated. For example, Project E, which is probably the one that he was probably thinking about or some crap. Um, Project E, I have gated behind Thaumcraft, which is pretty nice. So that means I have complete control over Project E's uh, tech tree. So obviously, um, the first big thing that you're gonna be able to make is the Philosopher's Stone. At least I think that's it. A lot of these don't have entries, which is kind of sad. I'm definitely open to suggestions on for what to write as text or the little subtext. Like this one, I have Elric Brothers subtext here, and I got a little text here. This probably could use more expansion. But Project E is not as easy to get to as it would be with, I guess, vanilla Project E, not edited. Like, I have crap all over the place here. Um, like, it's not going to be easy to get dark matter because you got to infuse now. In order to get red matter, you need to crucible this stuff to get red matter. It's not going to be easy to get Project E things. And the last thing, the absolute last thing that you can unlock in this entire tab, which you need to unlock literally everything else, and I think the Repair Talisman, the Watch of Flowing Time, and the Tome of Knowledge are literally the last things you will be able to unlock on this significant page. Um, uh, but yes, I have a somewhat tiered system. I have it balanced to what I believe is a good amount. Um, where Project E stuff is not going to be easily obtainable. You have to work your ass off for it, and it's all Thaumcraft, recipes and stuff. So you'll actually have to progress through Thaumcraft to get to this overpowered stuff, as a lot of people like to say it is. I mean, once you progress enough in the game, you're going to have overpowered stuff no matter what you're working on, really. If you decide to go the machines route, um, we have extreme kinetic generators. We have fucking combo armors, which combines armors. Uh, like the most powerful one here is the ultimate quantum bodysuit or quantum suit body armor, which is basically fucking has uh, energy packs and jetpacks alongside the quantum suit itself. So no matter what tech tree you're gonna go for, no matter if you're gonna go, you know, technology or magic, it's not gonna be easy to get the really overpowered stuff. So yeah, off of that long tangent, I will hopefully have more information for you very soon. So thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.